So today we're going to look at constitution and constitutionalism. Constitution and constitutionalism. So our objective is to explain both concepts, look at the features of a constitution, outline the sources of a constitution, and then the importance of a constitution. So constitution can be defined as a body of rule, laws governing a land, governing a country, right? So if you look at what we have here, is way too elaborate, as the whole body of fundamental laws, customs, conventions, principles, rules, and regulations, according to which a particular country is governed or it operates. That's big grammar, right? So you can simply say that it is the body of rule, laws that governs a given country. While constitutionalism, on the other hand, simply means the capacity of both the leaders and the led to adhere to the law of the land, to adhere to the dictates of the constitution, right? And constitutionalism simply equal to supremacy of the rule of law, of the law. That means everybody in the land obeys the dictates of the law. The law is supreme, right? That's the idea of what this topic is trying to say. So what are the features? It is the whole body of fundamental laws. That's the constitution, right? It has a preamble or introduction which defines the ideology, the goal, the aim, the reason for that constitution coming into existence. It states the type of party that will operate in such a country, whether it is dual party, multi-party, zero party, one party. It names the organs of government, that their functions to one another. It names the organs of government, if they have a fused organ or if they have a separate organs of government, whichever one. And it specifies the rights and duties of the people, the fundamental rights of those living in that country, right? So it's a lot of features here. It provides for revenue allocation formula, how the wealth of the nation is shared. The Constitution provides the medium for its amendment as well, it's also in the Constitution as well. And it states the tenure of office holders, right? And their qualifications, age, and whatsoever. So if you're going to be 35 years for presidency, 35. If you need just secondary school certification, yes. So it states all those things there in black and white. So what are the gains of having a constitution? It determines or states how a government will be operated. It states the ideology that governs that government or the country, right? If you look at Nigeria's motto, unity, faith, peace, and progress. If you go and check our constitution, you will see the introduction. If you go to the internet now and type the 1999 Nigerian Constitution.pdf, it will give you a copy right now. You will check and see the ideology behind the constitution that is governing this country, right? It states the type of party that we are going to operate. Currently, we're doing a multi-party system, right? So when the constitution works well, it ensures political stability. It defines the type of government we have, the type of organs of government, whether we're having, like we're doing presidential system of government, we have separate, independent organs of government. And it unites us all. It's a bond. It determines our sovereignty and nationhood. It protects our liberty, our fundamental human rights. They are all enshrined in the Constitution, right? So that's some points I want us to make here. So you see, it's a whole lot. So what are the sources of the Constitution? So where do we get the Constitution from? What are the sources? Number one is the past experience of the country, whether it's historical, geographical, economic, whatsoever. Then the history of that country as well, or historical documents, right? Like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the historical documents. Magna Carta is one. So countries can look at concepts there and use it as rules that governs them. Now, the Act of Parliament, that means bills passed into law by the Parliament. If the circumstances behind those bills are universal and encourages the nations to survive, then they can become part of the Constitution. Even decrees made by military governments that have positively shaped the nation can become part of the Constitution as well. Now, the work of intellectual authors like John Locke, Karl Marx, Thomas Hobbes, even Jim Borden. Okay, let's say Baron de Montesquieu and Albert Vendice, the guy that did rule of law. These works that have defined and shaped our democracy can be part of the Constitution as well. So there are a lot of things involved here. So why do we have a Constitution? To promote public welfare, to establish peace in the land and justice, to ensure tranquility, national development, and the likes, to ensure economic development as well, and to provide a common defense for everybody in the nation, like as a means of redress, right? So we looked at a lot of concepts here. We looked at the constitution and constitutionalism, the meaning, we saw the features, we saw the sources, and we saw its importance. So if you have any question, meet me in the comment section. I'm going to tackle it.